What are you guys thinking? It's a random fucking shit game. I'll react to the Jerry Rig everything.
This is the world's first mass-produced liquid-cooled superphone. Not only does it have dual forms of active cooling,
I've never heard of Red Magic, the company. I've never heard of him. Jerry Rig everything's actually good though.
but it also has the
funny, but, like,
largest
in my own
passive
time
cooling
voice.
vapor chamber of any smartphone we've ever seen. All for gaming. If you ever lose a round on this beast, you won't. There's no more blade.
Why would you ever buy a gaming phone? Like, just buy like a fucking Steam Deck or something. Or like a
Aiming it
Nintendo.
on the hardware. And the hardware looks amazing. This is the Red Magic 11 Pro.
That looks good though. That looks good. Like, it just looks like an S22. Give me 1 second. Looks like an S22 if it had like a crazy cool backlight. Like, side by side. Hear me out. Like, it just looks cooler.
Pro in silver sub-zero. And the blue circle you see on the back is the actual visible liquid from inside the liquid cooler. When the phone
Alright, is liquid cool? That's cool. That's actually crazy. Like, all in one. No.
is turned on, the blue coolant gets visibly pumped around inside of the phone,
is that, like, keep
distributing heat across the phone's back surface.
cool.
Being a Red
That's cool.
Magic phone, the internal cooling fan also got upgraded
Oh, it's got a fucking fan? That's crazy. Most phones just, like, chill.
to 24,000 RPMs.
That's good. That's
This
cool.
tag teams the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 to help keep
What if you crack it? What happens if you crack it? Like here. What's gonna happen? Just gonna fucking like leak everywhere?
it cool. Since the cooler you can keep your processor,
Looks like it can be replaced with all like these random screws
the
everywhere.
higher you can clock it. Alongside Silver Sub-Zero, Red Magic also has a Black Night Freeze variant. I did get two phones just to
That's cold. That's cold. That's a nice that's a nice shade.
show it off, but I only need one. And you know
I like the silver though. Silver's nice. Like the blue.
what that means.
contrast.
Hit the like
contrast.
button and let me know your favorite game and why down in the comments, and I'll pick a random winner somewhere in the world to give this undamaged Night Freeze to for free. It's hard to say which of the three different
Pick me.
cooling systems is doing most of the work.
Please.
I'm hoping they're all paired together, as in the water loop is using the internal air duct as a radiator, but we'll have to check on
The
that
fact that it can blow out, that is pretty good. Even though it's like tiny. It's like what is that, like a centimeter?
from the inside here in a second, voluntarily or involuntarily if you
spitting
catch
fast
my
as shit.
drift. As of now, this Red Magic 11 Pro is the most powerful smartphone on the planet, and it's time to get durability tested. Unfortunately though, it looks like the world's
This is always funny. These. I think it's gonna go 5 or 6. That's like, I think he said like plastic grade. Or maybe a 6. 6 or 7. He's never done 9. Actually, he did one video, he did a 9. But it like fucking ripped. No, I ain't getting your haircut.
most powerful smartphone, has a screen
I
that
like
scratches at a level 2 with deep
Scratches it at 2? Nah, bro.
grooves at a level 3. That is until you remove the pre-installed screen protector. Got 'em.
Okay.
The really nice underrated feature of these Red Magic phones is that they are totally flat. No camera shelf, no camera bumps, just a pure, smooth, unrocking, uniform flush panel on the back. It's kind of
The fact that they don't rock is nice. Like the new like the old iPhones where they had the screen on the top that would rock. That's
refreshing. We also see scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at level 7. You know, 6, 7.
6, 7. Yeah, this guy gets it.
Just like we normally see. Right about here is where you might start noticing something is different on this phone. There is no front camera. There's no hole punch, no dynamic island.
Well, if you're buying a gaming phone, you don't need a front camera. You're buying it for the cooling power, not for the camera.
At least not one that's visible. The Red Magic 11 Pro does have a 16 megapixel hidden under-screen selfie camera,
Oh!
protected by the
I've
same slab of
seen these. They're like, I think it's a different type of screen over the top.
Gorilla Glass.
Cool.
I'll turn off beauty mode since my mom says I'm beautiful just how I am. The camera's peeping up through the pixels, so it does soften the image textures a little with its algorithms. I imagine this would be a much better side-by-side comparison if I had some hair or detail to zoom in on. But alas, I look like a default NPC no matter which camera takes the picture. The sides of the Red Magic 11 Pro are made from aluminum. Here on the left we have the
What are all these buttons for?
520Hz shoulder trigger, also a red texture dedicated gaming mode button that can max out the phone's performance and silence notifications while you're gaming. There's also the power button and volume rocker, which aren't removable.
What's that?
The air intake vent is over here, as well as the upper shoulder trigger, which is not
Oh, they're triggers. Actual.
scratchable. The top of the phone has a headphone jack,
That
blast
is
from the
so
past. Having lagless and lossless audio while gaming is essential for hearing the battleground footsteps. There's a reason top esports athletes always have corded headphones. And Red Magic isn't messing around. The left side of the phone has the exhaust port from the internal turbofan and an RGB light strip on the side. The Red Magic 11 Pro is like having a desktop PC in your pocket. The bottom has its 80-watt
This is cool. A bit overrated. Depends. I don't know what the price is. What's the price? What's it called? Here. From $6.99. Yeah. Just get a Steam Deck. Like fucking get a Steam Deck. Like, look. Here we go. Like, I mean, maybe if you want more portable. Get like a Switch 2, maybe.
USB-C 3.2 charging port, and a dual-sided
Like
SIM card
everything.
tray. No expandable memory, which is a bummer, but the internal storage can be upgraded to 1 terabyte. And since the entire phone is water resistant this time around, IPX8, the red rubber ring helps keep the exterior water out. The interior water system is obviously allowed to stay. I can't tell if these are air bubbles flowing through the system or just different colored liquids, you know, like a lava lamp.
That is cool though. They look like they're different colored liquids. It's cool.
Imagine it's an oil of some kind that doesn't mix with the coolant. The back glass is completely transparent and flat, no textures to be had, not even around the camera bumps. We have a 50 megapixel normal camera, a 50 megapixel wide angle, and a 2 megapixel third camera, along with a quad
What is this spot for over here?
LED flash for some reason,
Is this just the logo? Like,
and a 2 megapixel third camera,
Like-
along with a quad LED flash for
is this just a logo? Is that what that's for?
some reason. 4 LEDs does seem a little overkill, but then I remembered what phone I'm holding. This whole thing is over the top in the best way possible. I imagine that Red Magic has
I feel
managed
like
to
it'd be
seal
good
off
phone to just buy, like normally. Ooh, he just got it out of the package though. It's 80%. I don't know if it was already charged though.
the internal ducting from immersion, which is really cool, but since there's an X in the
It would take a lot more power because it's got like fans, it's got coolant, it's got a big flashlight. That's thick.
IPX8 rating, there is still no protection against dust, which makes sense since I can touch the turbofan with my tweezers. Not that you should or anything, but sometimes the intrusive thoughts just win. Something else you should probably not do is light your phone on fire. The Red Magic 11 Pro has a 95.3% screen-to-body ratio. For reference, the iPhone 17 Pro has a 91.1 screen-to-body ratio, meaning that the iPhone has much less screen in its screen when compared to Red Magic. At 144 Hz and 1 billion colors, the Red Magic lasts for 20 seconds before a white mark starts
That's going
appearing
pretty
on the
well.
display.
Is that
But
good?
then the AMOLED completely recovers. Just for kicks and giggles, I decided to light the cooling loop on fire as well, but the fire had no effect, probably because the liquid is circulating and moving that heat away from the flame just like it was designed to do. We'll dive more into this in a second. Finally, the bin test. The esports industry is valued at about $2 billion right now.
That is dummy thick. That is not bending. Not bending. It's not flinching. You're gonna try and bend that. Maybe a tiny bit, no, but no.
So rage quitting has a bit more weight to it when money is on the
Oh.
line. But
Wait,
for
no,
the
it's not
people
bad.
who haven't seen Miss Rachel or learned how to
Maybe for
handle
the
big
front.
feelings just yet, it's good to know that this phone can handle the physical aggression of losing just fine. No bending, cracks, kinks, or damage when bent from the back.
Is he gonna do the thing? He did another video where he got the phone and then he got like a ratchet strap and they just like kept on ratcheting it until it snapped. Is he gonna do that?
Back nor the front.
That was cool.
This brick of a Red Magic phone is just as solid this year with its cooling loop as it was last year without it. The Red Magic 11 Pro survives my durability test. But is the cooling loop effective? Does it actually accomplish anything?
Yes.
Only the insides of the Red Magic 11 Pro can answer that question for us. I'll grab my 32-bit Precision Toolkit collab with iFixit, link in the description, and use heat to soften the adhesive around the transparent
Just opening
back glass
it.
slab. If
The
brute
rest.
force won't open the phone, maybe some finesse will. If you look closely, the bubbles inside the cooling loop disband into much smaller dots as the glass gets too hot to touch. This is definitely how oil or wax would react under heat, so I definitely don't think the dots are air
Wait, do you
bubbles.
think that water's
The
gonna, like-
tinted oil groups back together again as the glass cools back down. Red Magic says the internal looks the same, since the glass looks like the loop is using the air duct and
Oh.
cooling fan as a radiator up top, just like in a gasoline-powered vehicle engine. I'm kind of extremely impressed. Apple's gonna go wild when they discover this in 10 years. I'll remove the 20 T4 screws holding down the back metals on the phone frame. I was a little too excited to find out how the cooling loop works that I forgot to turn off the phone. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt us later. I would make a terrible doctor. The top NFC pad and camera rings come off first, then the internal air duct, cooling fan,
Oh,
active
okay,
cooling
that was
loop,
all
and
that.
piezoelectric ceramic micro pump come off next.
At least
You can
it's
see
not
the
like
liquid
a-
is still squishy inside the loops. At this
At least
point,
it's
we
not
see where
like
the
a,
ducting sits on top of the
Like the water's separate, so just if you go to repair the phone, it's just gonna
top
be
of the
broken.
line Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, as well as where the fan touches the vapor chamber on the backside of the battery, helping to conductively pull heat away from both objects at the same time. The red gaskets at either end of the duct are for waterproofing. It looks like water is allowed to enter into the air duct itself, but the red rubber rings keep liquid away from the rest of the phone's sensitive electronics. The mesh over the air intake will help keep larger dirt and debris from
you
entering
stab
the
the
air
mesh?
duct
It's kinda
itself,
broken.
while the red gaskets seal off the mainboard and keep it protected. Kind of ingenious. The blue cooling loop circles around an 80-watt wireless fast charger, which I totally forgot to even mention since everything else in this phone is so cool. An 80-watt wireless fast charger doesn't even register as a feature, even though that's
So
the
water
main
just leak
event
out?
on some other phones. We can see where the tips of the cooling loop touches the metal ductwork. It is just the tip, however, which gets the job done, but I wouldn't mind seeing some more coverage in the future. The pump that moves the liquid is a piezoelectric ceramic
Ooh, that's
micro
tiny.
pump down in the bottom corner. This guy basically vibrates like a piezoelectric speaker, but thanks to the one-way check valves in the liquid, the vibrations act like a pump, moving the liquid around inside the loop. It's kind of fascinating, and I hope it all works when I put it back together. Speaking of speakers, the lower loudspeaker comes out next. There is a small hole in the top, but I don't immediately see any balls inside. I'll unplug the two plugs on the battery. Red Magic has included pull tabs on either side,
Oh,
but
so
even with
battery's
the
easier
pull
to
tabs, the battery is not budging.
Oof, that's gonna
So I
break.
dropped some isopropyl alcohol down around the edges to assist
Is he trying to put it back together? Does it work?
the camera to see their competition, but they obviously didn't include one since winners never look back. With everything placed back in the phone, she boots up and blasts off into a gaming utopia.
Oof.
And I'd like to personally thank Red Magic for keeping the rest of the smartphone world on their toes. For watching, I'll see you around.
That was good. That was good. Cover up that loop. It's cool. Finally, a perfect phone to play solitaire. Yeah, actual. Okay, that was beautiful. Fire. Okay, let's hop in Hollow Knight.